Hey everybody, before we get into this video, just a reminder that I am offering demo reviews. Become a channel member. Link is in the description and all the information is listed there. I review demos every Sunday, so check it out. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about spacing out your utility as a CT and why it's important. So in demo reviews, a lot of times I'll see somebody, get some sort of information. They're going to throw their smoke like that. Okay. Maybe they throw their molly over there. They're going to flash once in there. Flash again. Alright, and then they're going to wait. You would think, like, obviously watching that, you're like, why are you using all your utility in a matter of, like, 10 seconds? But it's so common at lower levels because they see, okay, pros buy lots of utility, and they use it all up by the end of the round. I heard a step here, so I'm just going to unload everything. Especially at, like, B-site cache, utility is very important, especially as a CT as well. Because if you're coming up here, alright, and this is the normal T meta, alright, you're going to molly off like that, you might even flash in, and then you're going to be coming out. You could smoke this off there. You could go like, oh, what is it? It's something like that, alright, it's going to smoke off the front of... Yeah, I threw it a little bit wrong, but you get the point. So you throw that smoke, you molly in there, alright, and then while the smoke is down, you're going to have your two players come up here, and then probably the other three, this smoke's going to be fading about then, right? They're going to be coming through here. Maybe they line up some sort of... Oh, do I still know this? Some sort of heaven smoke? Oh, I almost had it. We'll call it a tree smoke. But... having a smoke come down there and hearing a molly, okay, smoking off that is very, very useful. It's going to completely shut them down because then you can't get entryed from two angles. This smoke's going to last longer than this smoke, so you have to be careful for this, okay? And then this might actually just completely shut them down. Or, alright, a more likely option that's going to completely shut them down. So if they drop the smoke there, they throw the molly there, okay? Throwing a molly... that's going to go inside and slow them down, maybe split them up even, okay? That might stop the take. And then tossing a flash with it just to make sure that, or keep them honest. Don't just, okay, we can see what's going on here. We'll wait for this to fade or go away, and then we'll jump across. Throwing a flash along with either a smoke or a molly is always a good idea. So in real time, it would be like molly... flash, because maybe one guy is still trying to jump across, you can catch him with the flash. I know that everybody's pretty much experienced being in a molly and then getting blinded by it and taking like 50 more damage than you anticipated to take because you just couldn't see, you just couldn't get out. Or a smoke like this, okay. You never really want to throw a smoke like this as a CT on cache, but it's cache, it's not in the map hole, who cares? We'll use it as an example. But having a smoke like this, and then throwing a flash into it just to make them, like, let's say they're defaulting here, they're getting a little comfortable with the smoke down, alright, they're starting to come around, and then that flash, that's going to be like, oh, are they pushing? Let's fall off. Maybe it full blinds them because they can't see it coming through the flash, they have to go purely off of sound cues. But just holding on to that utility, especially the HE. Alright, this HE can do so much damage if used at the proper time. The problem with using the HE is trying to balance having your gun out and knowing when to use it. For example, let's come over to A site. Let's say you're back quad, and you hear him coming out A main. Alright, you could probably peek right here and get a kill, or you could maybe try to, throw a nade or something like that. It's gonna do some damage, but you have to be able to balance it. I'm not super good at balancing it, so that's why I haven't made a video on it. But like maybe going for a jump or something like that where you're not really exposed, okay? Thinking outside the box for how you can use your utility is always a good idea. But just using this to your advantage. So there's a couple set plays that you can do that's gonna use most of your utility right at the start. For example, I forget, is it like this? Is that the smoke? Doesn't matter, okay? But you can throw a smoke like that, or you can attempt to throw it on the run. Probably going to want to throw it on the run, right? Then you're going to throw a flash up there. And while it pops, you're going to want to open up squeaky door. Now I did it a little bit wrong. I should have picked a different map than cache, as I'm a bit rusty with utility on cache, right? So let's say you don't even have a smoke. You just have a single flash. Okay, you're not going to use this to really do anything besides mask the opening of the door. And I waited for it to pop and waited to open the door at the same time. And I threw it. It didn't have to go into A main. It probably should go into A main. But the sound of the flash popping is closer to people in A main than it would be, well, than the squeak door is. So they probably can't hear that. Another couple set things that you can do would be, let's say you're coming up heaven, right? You're going to throw this smoke. You're going to drop down here. All right, maybe you want to flash into it. Come up here, all right? So that's where you're using your utility quickly at the start to get a position. Most of the time, or we'll do one more example, all right? Maybe you throw this. Well, I completely messed that up. Let's try it again. You're going to throw this at the start so they can't come out, all right? Nobody comes out. You're going to do that. Maybe you flash in once to keep them honest, all right? And then you're watching over here. And you want to make sure that that flash blinds you. But most of the time, you're not going to be doing a set play right at the start. Right? You're going to be holding on to your smokes and the utility. So knowing like good lineups for things from different parts of the site, or just understanding where the angles are and getting a good feeling for how to throw things. So I don't really know a smoke from back here, and I'm going to assume that it's going to be like that. There you go. Nice little smoke. Okay. And then with that smoke, I can then focus on other angles. It's always a good idea with a smoke to maybe pair it with the HE, because think about it. All right, you're a T. You get smoked off right here. What are you going to do? Stay back and hold it? Well, maybe if it's a deeper smoke like this, yeah, because they might go up there. But you can stay back and hold it, or you're probably going to push up around it, maybe get to the other side of it, but you're going to be near the smoke. So doubling it up with an HE is always a good idea. Another way to properly use your utility, or to properly space it out even, is, for example, smoking A main. Okay, you can do it right at the start of the round, but in higher level play, it's unlikely that they're just going to rush out A main, okay? They're probably going to play it a little bit slower. And a smoke coming down at, let's say, 30 seconds, right? Smokes take about 18 seconds to fade, something like that. So if you smoke this off as a CT, all right, with 30 seconds remaining on the clock, and T's see that and they're lining up for an A hit, okay, they're either forced to try to line up their utility through the smoke and flash out and just go for it, right? Or they have to wait until 10 seconds, 15 seconds for that smoke to fade, and then they gotta try to come out. And it makes it much easier just to deny plant. Again, this is going to be something that's in higher level play, not too much in lower level play. You're definitely not going to see this in pugs. But if you ever watch professional level Counter-Strike, you're going to see lots of times, especially against Navi, holding onto those smokes and holding onto those mollies for 30 seconds remaining, just tossing them down, even if you don't hear anything, just to deny them from coming out if they're trying to contact or line it up. So they have no time left, and even if they can get bombed down, if you just delay here, maybe you drop the smoke, all right, and they just have to get bombed down, and you can spam through, kill the guy, and deny a plant. That's an automatic round win. You don't have to kill everybody. You can just wait for the time to run down. If the T's are going to try to bleed out all of your utility by using up all the time, the best way to counter that is to not fall for their traps, realize that they're going to play a lot slower, and just hold on to your utility. Realize they're not going to do anything first 45 seconds, and just hold on to your utility unless you're trying to get it. We'll use it to take map control. And then holding on to those flashes. These flashes can be very useful. Let's say you're a highway player, and they're executing A. So they throw the normal smoke right here, and they're crossing over. Chucking flashes like this is going to be so helpful for your teammate. Maybe he's like back quad. Like, yeah, if he's on the angle, it's going to blind him fully, right? But if he's off of the angle, he waits for that second flash to come in, flashing once, flashing twice, and then he should have kills, all right? That first flash, some people might turn from it, but by the time they turn back, the second flash will be coming. So having those flashes is always useful to support your teammates. Cash isn't the best example because you really can't flash over B to support your teammates all that well, unless it's like here. So Mirage, you can flash over. We can do that real quick. So you can flash over Market Mirage. That's always a good one. It actually does blind a lot of people. But then obviously flashing over A, Connector, CT, whatever, that's going to do a good job as well. So let's do this. So, you know, flashing like this, that's always a good one. But these flashes over Market, right? If you jump throw and you actually get it all the way up there, you probably throw it a little bit earlier, all right? And you get it all the way up there, that's going to actually blind a decent amount of people, okay? Like that, yeah, that's high up, but look how white it gets me, all right? Especially, let's say, if they're E-box or something. All right, maybe it doesn't get them because it's right over their head. Ooh, they could be benched and it still gets them. Like, it's good to just help out your teammates in any possible way that you can with the flashes, all right? So let's say you're cap player, you're hearing them coming over A, all right? Throwing that flash, that's probably going to blind somebody. But just make sure that you call to your teammates, and vice versa. Let's say you're helping out somebody mid. All right, throwing one of those is always going to be useful for your teammates. So thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you next time.